Tucked away in the rolling hills of Fleming County, Kentucky, sits a home that's more than just four walls and a roof. It's a glimpse into a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Today, we're stepping inside, a traditional Amish home built in 2009, resting on 11 acres of farmland, barns, and workshops. This isn't your average property tour. It's a look at a home that reflects faith, tradition, and the rhythms of Amish daily life. As we walk through each room and outbuilding, photo by photo, we'll discover not just what makes this property unique, but also what makes it distinctly Amish. At first glance, it's a classic two-story farmhouse, but notice the details. The roof is metal, durable, practical, built to withstand decades of weather. The siding is plain vinyl. Amish homes are rarely flashy. They are meant to be functional, modest, and long-lasting. The porch stretches wide, a place where family members might sit on summer evenings, watching children play tetherball in the yard or neighbors pulling up by buggy. In Amish life, porches are gathering spaces, a bridge between the household and the community. From here, you can see the land rolling outwards, 11 acres in all, fenced and prepared for horses or cattle. To the side, barns and workshops sit within easy walking distance, reflecting the Amish tradition of combining home, work, and worship all in one place. Stepping across the yard, the first structures we see are the outbuildings, an essential part of any Amish property. One of the largest is a 24 by 70 foot shop, with an additional 20 by 22 add-on. It's not hard to imagine what this building might have been used for. Amish families often run home-based businesses, woodworking shops, bulk food stores, or harness repair shops. In fact, one of the photos shows a sign reading M&H Harness and Shoe. This tells us the family here likely made or repaired horse harnesses and footwear for their community. Work wasn't something separate from home life. It was interwoven, part of daily routine. Nearby, a 32 by 40 horse barn with a loft towers above. This is where the family's horses were stabled, essential not just for farming but for transportation. Another 30 by 36 structure with an open shed provides shelter for equipment or livestock, and yet another 20 by 22 shop shows how much emphasis Amish households place on self-sufficiency. These aren't just outbuildings, they are lifelines, each one designed to provide for the family's needs without relying on outside services. Then, tucked beside the barn, we see the family's buggies. Black, boxy, and practical, they are the unmistakable symbol of Amish life. Where most Americans would park their cars, here stand the vehicles that define Amish travel. Seeing them lined up is a reminder. This home isn't styled to look Amish. It is Amish, lived in by a family whose everyday choices reflect a different relationship with the modern world. Now, let's step inside. The first room we enter is the kitchen, and it tells us a lot. Amish kitchens are the beating heart of the home, where meals are prepared, bread is baked, and families gather around long wooden tables. The cabinetry here is simple but beautifully built, likely handcrafted. There are no stainless steel appliances, no granite countertops. Instead, you'll see wood everywhere, polished by use, durable enough to last generations. Look closer, and you'll spot clues about daily life. There's no overhead electric lighting. Instead, the room relies on natural sunlight by day and kerosene or propane lamps by night. The open layout isn't about modern design trends, it's about function. When you have a household of 10 or more, you need space for movement, for chores, for shared meals. Beside the kitchen is a pantry, lined with shelves ready to hold jars of canned vegetables, fruits, and meats. In Amish life, canning isn't a hobby, it's survival. Without refrigerators or freezers, pantries are filled to the brim every fall with hundreds of jars, each one a small insurance policy against the scarcity of winter. Moving into the main living spaces, the simplicity continues. The living room is plain, with hardwood floors and sturdy chairs. On one wall, you might notice a large safe. At first, it seems out of place, but safes are common in Amish homes, used to store deeds, money, or important papers in communities where banking may not always be accessible or preferred. In another corner stands a roll-top desk, an iconic piece of Amish furniture. Known for their craftsmanship, Amish carpenters often build such pieces themselves. The desk may hold ledgers for farm expenses, correspondence, or hymn books used during family worship. Every item has a purpose. and nearly every piece of furniture tells a story of handiwork and care. Climbing the stairs, we find the bedrooms. This house has 8 in total, an extraordinary number by most standards, but not unusual for an Amish family that might have 10 or more children. The rooms are large but sparse. Beds are neatly made, wardrobes plain. Walls are often left unadorned, though sometimes you'll see a simple calendar or religious verse. The absence of clutter isn't accidental. It reflects the Amish principle of Gelassenheit, or humility, where the focus is on community and faith rather than individual expression. Notice, too, that there are no closets. Instead, clothes are stored in wardrobes or chests. Amish homes are deliberately built without closets to discourage excess possessions and to keep building costs simple. Heading down into the basement, we see a full walkout design. It's unfinished, its concrete walls serving as cool storage space for food or as shelter during storms. In many Amish homes, basements double as canning storage areas, with rows of jars lining shelves from floor to ceiling. Here, the plainness of the space reinforces a theme we see throughout the house. Every square foot is purposeful. Back upstairs, more subtle details tell us how this home functioned without modern utilities. Pressure lamps hang from the ceiling, powered not by electricity, but by mineral spirits or kerosene. They cast a warm, flickering light at night, filling the house with a glow unlike the harsh brightness of electric bulbs. On a counter, we might spot a pair of sad irons, the heavy cast iron tools once heated on a stove to press clothing. Nearby, a metal tub reminds us of daily hygiene. With no built-in bathrooms, washing is done here, in portable tubs filled with water drawn from a pump or public source. Bathing is communal, practical, and far removed from the privacy and luxury of modern bathrooms. Yet in this simplicity lies resilience. Systems that function without reliance on municipal plumbing or electricity. Outside again, we see a tetherball pole planted in the yard. To a child, this is more than a toy. It's recess, it's playtime, it's laughter echoing across the fields. Amish childhood may be free of video games and television, but it is full of outdoor games, chores, and the company of siblings. The yard itself becomes both playground and classroom, shaping values of hard work, cooperation, and imagination. From above, you can see how the 11 acres stretch out, with the house at the center and barns surrounding it. It's a self-contained world, home, work, family, and livelihood all in one circle of land. Unlike modern subdivisions where homes are designed for privacy and individuality, Amish homesteads are designed for interdependence, with neighbors nearby, but each family responsible for their own survival. When this property was first marketed, the asking price was around $385,000, later reduced by $10,000. It eventually sold for $225,000 in June 2023. A reminder that while the home may lack modern amenities, its value lies in the land, the buildings, and the cultural heritage it carries. For some buyers, the lack of bathrooms or electricity would be a deal breaker. For others, especially those drawn to self-sufficiency, heritage farming, or simply the charm of Amish craftsmanship, it's an opportunity impossible to replicate in a modern build. As we close our tour, we leave with more than just a picture of a house. We've stepped into a story of a family who built their life around faith, work, and simplicity. Every safe, every lamp, every buggy and barn tells us something about the values of the Amish: resilience, humility, and community. This home may no longer belong to the family who built it, but its design preserves a living tradition. For viewers like us, it offers not just a real estate listing, but a window into a way of life that resists the rush of modernity. So what do you think? Could you imagine yourself living here, with no bathrooms, no electricity, but surrounded by land, family, and tradition? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like more deep dives into Amish homes and the stories they tell, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks for joining me on this journey into Kentucky's Amish country.